Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. After the latest update, we have a bunch of things to talk about. But first, I'm going to talk about this latest survey released by Marvel Future Fight. I hope this survey is very important for the future steps for the games and also the players to speculate what is coming in the future. So I hope to get some answer from here. And if you participate in this survey, you will also get 100 crystals for free. So I suggest you to participate in this survey for 100 crystals, and you can voice out your opinions and choose what you want to see in the game in the future. So it is very important to participate in the survey. In order to do that, go to your inbox and go to the notice tab, and you will see the survey in the very top. Just simply tap to open and then tap to start. So the first question that we have is, which type of content do you feel needs improvement? And here are a bunch of contents listed. You can pick whichever you want. That's the beauty of democracy. But in my opinion, it's clearly either Dimension Rift or Shadowland, because if you think about it, Dimension Rift has so many problems. You just simply have to leave your phone for more than 1 hour in autoplay, and on top of that, it requires a lot of energy, and on top of that, it is very necessary to get the cosmic Q fragment that you can only get through this game mode. So you have to play it, but it is so boring that you don't even want to play it. So it is very problematic, at least for me. You can again pick whatever you want. And talking about the timeline battle, it is also very problematic in my opinion. It features the same characters on the meta. Bannings are out of question. It is very rare to see that they banning some characters that are being prominently used or featured, and making the game mode actually meaningful and with variety. So timeline battle could also be the one to get reworked. Story also has similar problem as Dimension Rift, but not at that critical stage. But story could be the one option as well. Multiverse Saga, on the other hand, I don't see a lot of problems with Multiverse Saga, because if you have claimed all of the first clears, you just simply have to do 10 auto clears a day, so that's not that hectic. If one thing that could be improved with the Multiverse Saga is the RNG drop rate of the legendary or the mythic emblem data collection, so that you can max your emblems more effectively. And legendary battle, I don't even understand why this game mode is still existing in the game, because nobody, I don't think anyone at all, is playing 5 legendary battles a day. For some reason, if you need to complete sealed archive and all those things, you might, but other than that, I don't see anyone playing this game mode. At this point, just simply delete the game mode and reintroduce in some other forms which people actually want to play, so that they can save time and space on the game mode that looks so disgusting with a lot of autoplay slop. So that could be reworked. And Shadowland, on the other hand, is very good in terms of shop items that you can buy after the recent shop revamped, but the mode itself is super boring, super repetitive. You just have to use the same characters to climb up to 35 stages, and then you have to play every single stage with the same character for every week with the same token reward, and it becomes super boring, super repetitive, and super hectic at the same time. You don't need energy, that's a good thing. It is just boring and repetitive. That's the worst problem. But I will still pick the Dimension Rift in here, because Dimension Rift is very important and very boring at the same time. So my pick will be this. You can choose whatever you want. Now moving on to the second question, is there a type of content you find difficulty to play daily? Now difficulty in this sense could mean two things. First one, the content itself is very difficult to play. It's hard, you need very precise skills in gaming. And the other difficulty is that it's difficult in the sense that it is very boring and hectic, and you still have to do it, or you have to leave your phone in autoplay and you have to repeat that slop every day. That kind of difficulty. And you can interpret however you wanted. I am interpreting in the second scenario where it's just a slop, in that kind of difficulty, alright? And I think I will pick Dimension Rift again, because I have already told you in the first question why Dimension Rift has to be reworked, and I find it very difficult to engage in Dimension Rift every single day for 1.5 hours. This is very boring. Similarly, world event, it is necessary if you want to increase your agent level, But unlike the Dimension Rift, it is just 3 minutes, so it's not a big deal. Like Dimension Rift, Dispatch mission is also pretty similar, but you can always choose to not play it, and rewards are very good with the Dispatch missions. And about the Otherworld battle, it completely depends on where you are, if you are a new or old player. Now for me, Otherworld battle takes 5 minutes to complete the daily mission, so it's not that hectic for me. But for new players, it can get really hectic. To complete the 2 character surviving mission in the Otherworld battle could be really problematic for the new character or the PvE players. So this could be one of the pick for you, but for me it's clearly not. And Team Battle Arena could be difficult for new players again, but it is in the sense that it is boring. It's not, at least for me it is not. I will not pick that. And Legendary Battle, I already talked about it. Legendary Battles should just be deleted. So for me, it is Dimension Rift again, but your pick could easily be Otherworld Battle or Team Battle Arena or even Legendary Battle. So now let's move on to the third question. So it is, how do you usually enjoy Shadowland? So it is all about Shadowland all along. Now I do not play it is the first option, and I see most people picking it, and I play only through sequential progression. I don't know what is sequential progression in Shadowland. Another one is I only clear up to 35 for the bios or gold maybe, but after the recent gold rework in the Dispatch, it is not that hard to get the gold, so I don't think that is very good option. I participate in King of the Hill. This is for the whales only, so I don't see my option in here. Either I do not play it at all in a specific week, or I go as high as I have to go in order to get all of the tokens for all of the characters. So is that the sequential progression? I don't know, but I would choose I do not play it at all, because most of the weeks I just don't play Shadowland. Now the other question that we have is, which species would you like to see added as a new heroes or villains? Non-human, alien, creature, mutant, and inhuman. So there are a bunch of human characters always meta in the timeline. Aliens are also in a good amount, I guess. Creature, the machine characters were also featured on the last update, and I know there are a lot of machine, and mutants are also in the meta. A lot of mutants are in the meta, so mutants, I don't think about the mutants either. And Inhuman, there are a lot of missions in the Dispatch with the Inhumans, and we clearly don't have a lot of Inhumans. So if I have to pick one, I would choose either a mutant or inhuman, because mutants are so cool. They have varieties of abilities in the comics, and they have a lot of options, and we can always have something new with the mutants. And inhumans are a different species, and we don't have a lot of inhumans, I guess, at least not in the meta. We can have inhumans in the form of uniforms or swaps, I don't know, but inhumans could be the best pick here for me, at least, to keep the species balanced. So either inhuman or mutant for me, I would still go with inhuman. And the next question is there a giant boss raid you would like to see added? Why not? Seriously, why not? Who doesn't like to play a new giant boss raid? Okay, none is not the option. Don't pick this. If you pick none in this section, you are my enemy. You are clearly my arch enemy. So Ego could be pretty good, but it might feel a lot like fighting Dormammu or something like that, but Ego is pretty cool overall. Blackheart. Blackheart as a GVR. I guess it will be really cool. He has that menacing look. Could be one of the very good option. Onslaught is one of the very good pick. It will be pretty different from the current existing GBR, the Dormammu and the Galactus, so it is gonna be pretty cool to see Onslaught. And they can also revive the Master Mold GBR somehow with the Onslaught, with some synergy or something like that. So the Onslaught should also be pretty cool. Shuma Gorath, that one-eyed monster that was featured in the Doctor Strange, so he could also be pretty good. Actually, all of the options for GVR is pretty nice. Sitorak. So Sitorak could also be pretty good option. He is quite a monster in the comics. I absolutely love him, the Crimson Monster, and his lore with Juggernaut and all that stuff is pretty good. So Sitorak could also be pretty nice in here. Chaos King is mentioned here. So Chaos King is one of the best pick, could be the best pick in here. His design is just so cool, and they could like revive Singularity with Chaos King, even though it's kind of a meme at the moment. But Chaos King could be a really good option. He's very powerful, his abilities are pretty good, his looks is also amazing, so that could be one option. Aspirants on the other hand could be one of the good options, but I don't want Aspirants to be the next world boss because it will be pretty similar to Dormammu or Galactus that we already have. So I don't want Aspirant. Honestly, I want either Chaos King or Onslaught or maybe even Blackheart. So I am picking Chaos King for now, and let's go to the next option. Is there a type of content you feel has insufficient rewards? Now, Dimension Rift, Legendary Battle, World Event, Zombie Survival, and Shadowland. Shadowland has enough rewards, but it's just boring to play. Zombie Survival is pretty good in terms of rewards, and you can get all of the tier 4 rewards if you play every week, so that's pretty good. World Event on the other hand is pretty good to increase your agent level, but it is not enough. World Event could be one. Legendary Battle. Now, Legendary Battle is pretty good for the first clear reward and all that, but after that, for the 5 daily plays, you don't have anything to get from the Legendary Battle. It's super sad that you don't get anything at all that's useful. So Dimension Rift has a very good reward. Just like Shadowland, the game mode itself is very bad and boring. So I would pick Legendary Battle in here. You don't get anything at all for the daily 5 plays, so that's pretty bad. Now, is there a system where you feel additional tutorial would be helpful for beginners? Now, I don't know actually. I find the tutorial part very boring for every single game, so I don't know. But where can people actually benefit from the tutorial? Shield Archive? I don't think so. Emblem Collection? It's pretty straightforward, I guess. Team Up Collection could be, but it is also very straightforward. Swords could be one option because Sword has a lot of things, a lot of options to go for. And character growth is, you always have to go for some outer source in order to build some character for the new player in this game. You cannot just learn it from the game. It's really hard. A lot of things are there to learn about CTPs, ISOs and all that stuff, so you have to go into the YouTube and learn about the game if you seriously want to play it. So I don't see character growth being here, and with the latest this update actually we have a lot of tutorial about that. So I think Sword could be one place where you can give more tutorials about it and make it really impactful, because Sword is very important after the cards. So I guess Sword should be the option here. And please choose a hero or villain you would like to see added. Heroes or villain chosen through this survey will be considered as candidates for future characters. So this is gonna be pretty interesting again. So Mr. Negative, a pretty cool character, but pretty boring as well in my opinion. Penny Parker on the other hand is very cool in my opinion. This is the place where none of the people actually agrees most of the times. Everyone has their own favorite. What can you do about it? But I guess Galactus is here. Everyone's voting for Galactus. That's so clear. Lady Bride, again Galactus wins for me. Cloak and Dagger, very cool character. Very cool character. People have been asking Cloak and Dagger since the release of Rivals, but still Galactus. Jeff the Landsark, oh boy, the cutie patootie and the devourer of planets. Oh, what a tough choice. I don't know, I guess still Galactus. Silver Sable or Galactus. Maybe not. I will go for Jeff the Landshark, because if I think about it now, There are so many characters powerful in terms of like abilities and look wise. There are a lot of character like Galactus, Null, for example, Sentry on the power level or the look wise, but we don't have anybody like Jeff the Landsark, right? So we could have him if I think about it now. Even Silver Sable, I guess Jeff the Landsark, Vulcan, Jeff the Landsark, and Hylas, Jeff the Landshark, Nate Gray, Jeff the Landshark again, your mom or Jeff the Landshark, Jeff the Landshark. Okay, I guess Jeff the Landshark would be an option here. And let's go to the next question. Please choose a hero or villain who does not have a uniform that you would like to see receive one. Singularity. Singularity. Where is Singularity? Where is Singularity? What? They don't have Singularity in here. Okay. Among these, if I have to choose Sylvie, pretty straightforward. I don't need another universal female hero. Is she hero or villain? I forget that, but okay, no. Wiccan is one of the very good option. Blast hero male. We actually need that for EVX, I guess. So Wiccan could be one. Viper is very interesting character with the poison damage where I can finally use my poison damage Urus for Viper, so that would be pretty cool. Jubilee, we just got so many blast mutant female characters, so I don't need Jubilee at the moment, but in the future that would be pretty cool. Okay, we have Molecule Man, easy pick. Go for Molecule Man. He is an epic quest character. Let's go for Molecule Man or either Wiccan or Molecule Man, but for now I will pick Molecule Man. You can choose whoever you want. Choose a Marvel IP game collaboration you would like to see. None. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 released like 3 years ago, right? Or maybe 4. Was it in 2024, 2022? I don't remember, but yeah, this would be pretty cool to see Spider-Man 2 collaboration, but who would they give update on the Spider-Man uniform, another Miles Morales uniform, or another Venom uniform? I have to pass on that. Marvel Token Fighting Souls. I guess Token is a new Marvel game. Let me look that up. Yeah, it is a new game, actually upcoming new game. So it will be pretty cool. This game seems to have a good roster of Marvel heroes, so it will be pretty cool to get collaboration with the Token, and their art style also seems pretty funky, pretty cool. So yeah, Token seems like a fun. We had Marvel Rivals collaboration, but there's a lot of characters in Rivals now which could have some kind of crossovers. And Marvel's Wolverine, I don't know a lot about Wolverines, and I don't think they have released a lot about Wolverine, and we have received quite prominent X-Men upgrades recently, so I don't think it will be that cool to see another Wolverine uniform since he's already in the meta for so long. So I would like to see either Marvel Rivals again, because we just got one uniform from that cool game, so it'll be pretty good to see some more from the Rivals, or maybe from the Marvel Token Fight Souls, but I would still go for Rivals. And this is it, I guess. We have completed the survey, and I don't remember when was the last time they released a survey, so this survey was quite good. They have asked for opinions every time when a game releases surveys like this. It's pretty good news for the player base because they actually wanna hear the opinions from the players, or maybe just they are doing it for the formality, but we don't know about that. I hope they are not doing this for the formality. But yeah, this was a pretty good survey, and tell me into the comment section where you agree and disagree with me, and what did you pick for the contents that should be revamped or reworked. And I'll see you in the another video explaining the latest agent guide. So stay tuned for that and have a great day ahead.